Arsenal's 2-0 victory over Brentford at the Emirates ultimately settled into the pattern of a routine win, though the visitors ensured the home side had to sweat for periods, maintaining a persistent threat from set pieces and long throws that required vigilance. The fundamental truth of the match, however, is captured by a single statistic. Arsenal faced just one shot on target. On a different day, with more clinical finishing, particularly from second phase opportunities and rebounds, the margin of victory could have been far more emphatic. The match serves as a fascinating case study in tactical adaptation, individual excellence, and squad management, revealing the multifaceted strengths this Arsenal team can call upon. The undeniable starting point for any analysis is the figure of Leandro Trossard. The label undroppable is not bestowed lightly in a squad of Arsenal's quality, but his current form commands it. With contributions of 5 goals and 3 assists across all competitions, including 3 of each in the Premier League, he is the team's most consistent source of decisive moments. His performance transcends mere numbers. It is defined by an authoritative calmness, a sharp tactical intelligence, and a relentless industry that sets the tone. His signing, at the age of 28, for a modest fee, represented a departure from the modern trend of investing solely in potential. It was a purchase for the immediate present, for a player whose sophisticated understanding of space and timing delivers in critical moments. He has evolved from a useful option into an indispensable catalyst, a cult hero in the making whose merit alone secures his place in the starting 11. So, examining his performance against Brentford reveals the full spectrum of his influence. His work ethic was foundational, covering over 12 kilometers and contesting relentlessly. His intelligence was illustrated in moments like a deft, first-time pass around the corner to release Declan Rice on a surging run, a move that should have yielded a goal. His creative vision was perfectly demonstrated for the second goal. Dropping into midfield to collect the ball, he drove forward with purpose, exhibiting sublime patience to wait again as Bukayo Saka executed a cunning curved run around an out-of-position midfielder. The weight and timing of Trossard's through ball were impeccable, matching Saka's movement stride for stride. Then, of course, there was his opening goal, a masterpiece of coordinated movement and technical precision. Each component was flawless. The underlapping run from Ben White, the clever flick from Gabriel Jesus to play him in, White's pinpoint-driven cross, and Trossard's own movement. His initial vertical run pinned the defender before a sharp angled dart across the front of his marker allowed him to meet the cross with a downward header. Since his arrival, no player in the Premier League has scored more headed goals, a testament to his movement and anticipation in the box. He is, pound for pound, one of the most inspired signings of recent years. Trossard's effectiveness was part of a broader tactical success story on Arsenal's right flank, which functioned as the primary attacking vector, especially in the first half. The partnership between White and Gabriel Jesus was particularly potent. White, tucking in field to receive possession, consistently fed Jesus on the inside channel, allowing the winger to isolate and attack the fullback, Rico Henry, 1-1. Jesus was sprightly and direct, registering 10 touches inside the opposition box, more than double any other Arsenal player. This constant pressure repeatedly stretched and dislocated Brentford's defensive shape. The root cause was Brentford's 5-3-2 system. In a formation without traditional wingers, the responsibility to shift and cover the wide areas falls to the outside central midfielders. Meisers Jensen, tasked with this role, was consistently caught in no man's land, unable to effectively track White's aggressive overlaps or close down Jesus in possession. Time and again, this channel was exploited. One sequence saw Jesus draw Jensen before White's overlapping run pulled Henry away, creating a lane for a pass into the box. Another saw Henry follow White, opening an even larger gap for Jesus to drive into. It was absolute mayhem down that side, a planned assault on a specific structural weakness. The fullbacks, overall, were outstanding in their dual roles. White's defensive contribution was epitomised by a sensational, goal-saving block in the second half, charging down a close-range shot with a commitment that sparked passionate celebrations from his teammates, a moment that encapsulated the collective spirit and defensive pride of the side. Statistically, both he and Oleksandr Zinchenko were dominant, winning the majority of their duels and tackles, and crucially, registering numerous ball recoveries and interventions high up the pitch. Their defensive chalkboard shows a high volume of actions in the opposition half, underlining their role in sustaining pressure and winning possession in dangerous areas. This proactive defending from the front was a key theme. Arsenal won the ball in Brentford's final third 7 times, involving 6 different players, while Brentford failed to do so, once in Arsenal's final third. The midfield configuration, reshuffled with the reintroduction of Martin Odegaard, offered a different but equally effective profile compared to the previous home game. Alongside Declan Rice and Jorginho, Odegaard formed a trio focused on control, intricate combination play, and dragging Brentford's midfield out of position. Their interplay created clever angles and patterns. One move saw Odegaard carry the ball across the pitch, execute a back heel, and release Rice on a driving run into the box. Another sharp sequence on the right involved Trossard, Jorginho, and Odegaard exchanging quick passes before Odegaard's incisive dart and through ball set up. A chance. A chance. Odegaard's touch map is telling. A high volume of touches, but spread evenly between advanced positions on the right and much deeper zones in his own half. He functioned as a deep-lying playmaker and a press-resistant outlet, helping Arsenal outnumber Brentford in middle. This contrasted sharply with the map of Chi Havertz from the Tottenham game, who operated almost exclusively as a high, goal-threatening presence. This dichotomy highlights the squad's tactical flexibility, different tools for different challenges, with neither approach being inherently superior. Amidst this control, one critical moment required intervention. From a Brentford corner, a clever setup created a free header for Kevin Shade inside the 6-yard box. Arsenal's zonal marking system left a small pocket of space between Rice, Zinchenko, and Trossard, and Shade drifted into it unchecked. His powerful header was destined for the net until David Raya produced a stunning reactionary save against his former club. It was a pivotal stop at 1-0, a reminder of his quality, and from that point, Arsenal's defensive grip tightened. Raya's command of his area and composed distribution under pressure further solidified the defensive performance, contributing to a welcome clean sheet after a run of games conceding. So, the physical output of the team was remarkable, covering nearly 120 kilometres as a unit, an exceptionally high figure, particularly given a demanding week of fixtures. 3 individuals, Jorginho, Trossard and Odegaard, each ran over 12 kilometres, with Odegaard leading the distance charts, a clear indicator of his regained fitness and work rate. This engine room effort allowed Arsenal to manage the game effectively, even as they navigated the concerning losses of Gabriel Magalhaes and Declan Rice to injury. In summary, this was an awkward match navigated with professional poise. The tactical plan to exploit Brentford's wing-back system via the right flank was executed brilliantly, fueled by the individual brilliance of Leandro Trossard. The midfield provided control and creativity, the defence was largely imperious barring one major scare, and the team displayed the physical and mental fortitude to secure a clean sheet victory. It was a performance that underscored the squad's depth, tactical intelligence, and the rising status of a certain Belgian forward as the team's most indispensable match winner.